probably felt this. You're always building, learning, and starting over, but nothing is clicking. You followed the frameworks, you've read the books, you've filled the journals, and progress still feels so slow. And if that keeps going, you'll either burn out or start thinking you're the problem. This video distills years of stuck seasons and slow progress into 9 lessons every creator needs to hear. So you can stop second guessing yourself and move forward with more clarity, confidence, and calm. Number 1 is to start now, even if it's messy. You don't need a studio or perfect plan to start making real progress. So why do so many creators spend years prepping instead of just pressing record? I'll start filming once I can afford a better setup, a bigger camera, a good mic, some cool lights. I want to do it right, yeah? I told myself that for 9 years. I kept waiting for this perfect moment, for the right camera, for the right plan, the right time. But that moment never came because it doesn't exist. 2 of my best performing videos to date were shot on an 11-year-old Sony a6000 with no autofocus. Yeah. I used an iPhone 6 for B-roll and recorded video on the voice memos app because the camera didn't even have a mic port. I used to place a helmet on this chair on a box to mark where I'd sit, then manually set the focus there, then hit record and run. What mattered wasn't the gear, it was the reps. Yeah, those early scrappy times gave me the momentum that I was missing, and that momentum built everything that came after. You don't need more prep, you need to press record, even if it's messy. Number 2, protect the dream. Your creative dream is yours to carry, and sometimes even the people who love you the most won't fully understand it. You might share a video you're so proud of that you had so much fun making, and someone you love says, "That's nice, but how does this make money?" When I started, I was lucky to have people who cared, but even then, they didn't always get it. They supported me, but they couldn't always see what I was trying to build. And that gap used to make me question the path a lot, until I realized that your dream won't always make sense to the people you care about or those who are closest to you, but you still owe it to yourself to give it everything you can. So I set aside some quiet, focused time every night to work on it. And that space became sacred. And when I do find people who believe in this vision too, I hold on to them really tightly. But even with the support, the responsibility is yours. You have to carry the dream, yeah, and keep carrying it, even when no one else can see it as clearly as you do. Number 3, don't mistake the highlight reel for the process. It's easy to compare your day 3 to someone else's year 10, yeah? But do you really know what their early days looked like? I used to look at polished YouTube channels and the creators I look up to and feel instantly behind. Like they had some secret that I didn't, and what I didn't see were the years they spent making videos that no one watched. The trial and error, the deleted drafts, and the launch flops. We don't get to see the process, we only see the proof. So we assume that the results came fast or easy, but they didn't. Because every creator you admire once doubted themselves so severely. They once made awkward videos that no one clicked on and no one watched and had low views. They once wondered if this would ever work, but the only difference is they didn't quit. Then lesson 4, you don't need to learn more. You're not short on information. So why does everything still feel stuck? You've got these Notion folders packed with course notes and frameworks, but you haven't built anything in months. That was me. I bought every course, the Matt Diovelas, the Dan Coes, the Justin Welch, took notes, built dashboards, read the books, listened to the podcasts, but I wasn't moving. I was just preparing to move. Learning had become my hiding place. It felt productive and it felt safe. But it wasn't progress, it was just polished procrastination. Things only changed when I shifted from learning fast to building fast. When I started treating action as the default and not the reward for feeling ready, right? Clarity didn't come before action. It came from action. I still learn, but now I apply. Then I learn again. I fail, probably. Then I learn from that. I build again, because you don't need another course. You need momentum. Number 5, turn the camera away from the summit. Do you ever feel like you need to prove yourself before sharing your journey? That there's someone you need to be or somewhere you need to have gotten? Do you ever tell yourself things like, I can only talk about topics I love, like personal development, financial freedom, and creating when I'm successful enough at them? That was my mindset. I thought credibility came from arriving. So I kept waiting to look like I had it all figured out before I could start. But the more I waited, the more distant and disconnected I felt. Then I read something that shifted everything for me. Turn the camera from the summit and focus it on the climb. That's what people relate to, the actual climb. Yeah, the very, very messy middle. The trying, the failing, the learning, and the trying again. You don't need to prove that you've made it. Just show us that you're climbing. Number 6, make the work itself more joyful. So when results feel out of your control, how do you keep going without burning out? Have you ever been stuck refreshing analytics every hour, looking for those likes and comments, views, chasing this dopamine hit that never really satisfies anything? I've been there. And I'll be honest, some days I still go there, but I've learned to fall in love with the work itself. Now I film montages that make me feel something. I play with edits I'd be proud to watch 10 years from now. I make projects that light me up, even if they don't go viral. Yeah. The process became the payoff, not the result, but the doing. External rewards are unstable. They're so finite, there's a cap. But enjoying the work, that's so renewable. It feels infinite, Number 7, build systems that let you breathe. Do you ever feel like you're always scrambling to keep up with your own creative goals? Like finishing a video at 2 a.m. because you didn't plan for it. Then promising yourself that you'll get ahead next week. That used to be my cycle as well. With no system, no buffer, no preparation, just vibes and stress. Then I finally decided to build a Notion dashboard to manage my writing, my filming, and my editing. Then I started batch recording 2 to 3 videos per shoot. This is actually the 3rd one today. And more recently, I started building a financial buffer through editing and design gigs. That helped me keep the lights on while I gave this created dream everything I have. And suddenly, I wasn't behind. I was ahead. It didn't just save time. It gave me breathing room, some space to think, to rest, and to create without panic. A calm system creates a calm creator. That's been my biggest lesson. Number 8, focus on one thing at a time. You want to do everything right, yeah? But that pressure often leads to doing nothing well. What would change if you just zoomed in? I used to try posting on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, X, Substack, and YouTube all at once. And by the end of the month, I had nothing that I was actually proud of, and I was completely burnt out. Just some scattered content and a drained mind. So I zoomed in, yeah? 1 video a week on YouTube, and that's it. That became my foundation, my anchor. Some weeks I missed, some videos flopped, but because the focus was clear, I never spiraled, I just tried to make the next one better. And now, this is video 26 this year, imagine. I've learned that focus isn't a limitation, it's a lifeline. Number 9, remove the friction. Have you ever wanted to be consistent, but every time you sit down to create, something just slows you down? What if you just redesigned your environment? There have been so many times where I've had my camera buried in some closet, battery dead, space cluttered, and suddenly I was just not in the mood. Creation felt like a chore because the path to it was full of this crazy resistance. So I made the path easier. Yeah? I designed and built a space I love. I got gear that allows me to work faster. I started filming daily life for B-roll even before I had a plan for it, And now creating feels light, It feels natural, it feels friction-free. If creating always feels hard, it's not that you're lazy. The setup is just too heavy. Design your space for flow, and flow will follow you. So you've just had 9 hard-earned lessons to help you stop overthinking and start creating with clarity. But what if you could avoid the biggest regrets before they even happen, especially in your 20s? Watch this next video to hear the 10 life-shifting truths I wish I knew earlier, so you can build with confidence, purpose, and fewer I wish I'd known moments. I'll see you there, yeah? Cheers.